Hi, my name is Sam with Alpha Structural, and this is a day in the life of a structural assessor. So come with me to see what kind of drainage, foundation, and structural issues homeowners seem to be having. Well, so this first appointment is a commercial building. It's actually a concrete tilt-up building, which just means they build concrete panels for the perimeter walls on the floor, and then with a crane, they crane them up. For those type of buildings, the most crucial or kind of things to look out for are delamination of the joints, because you don't want moisture intrusion, because then that causes spall damage. And then the most important part would be the roof diaphragm to perimeter wall connections and how the perimeter concrete wall attaches to the foundation. Okay, so now that we finished that appointment, we're on to our second one. For our next site, a client called in requesting more information about what a seismic retrofit is and if their home is even bolted. So we're gonna go ahead, get our crawl suits on, go under the house, the fun part, and then just kind of explore and see what we see and download all the information to the client. So here we have a raised foundation, which just essentially means you can go underneath the house. You either have raised foundation or slab on grade. Those are the two more typical construction methods here. This is a raised foundation with, if you look at on the sides, this is called fold height concrete stem walls, which just means you have no cripple walls. It's literally the concrete from the ground all the way to the bottom of your floor system. So we just came out from under the crawl space. Like I said, I like drawing a quick sketch of what's going on. That way I know I can map everything and know exactly what's going on. Client was interested in doing a seismic retrofit, just finding out more information on what a seismic retrofit is and if his house is actually bolted. This house was built in 1953. Anything post roughly 1933 usually has original foundation bolts. This house did. They're a little corroded and face pretty far apart from each other compared to current 24 standards. So I drew a quick sketch just so you can kind of see what's going on. We have a fold height concrete stem wall all the way around the perimeter. It would get these foundation plates that have two bolts into the concrete stem wall, and then SDS screws into the sill plate, and then framing anchors that go from the top plate to the sill plate to the rim joist or the blocking that's on the perimeter. You do that all the way around the perimeter foundation. And I also indicated the areas where we saw the foundation cracks, and emphasizing the one in this location where I was able to actually put my pen through the actual crack. So there you have it. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Recommended to usually go under there if you can once a year, just to make sure there's no plumbing leaks or any drainage issues where the rainwater is just gushing under. Besides that, on to the next one. So we're here at our next appointment. This specific client called us out for drainage and foundation repairs. For this specific one, we've actually been here before. One of our colleagues, David, actually came out to do a real estate inspection for this particular client. So he went over some of the recommendations and some of the issues that he found in the inspection. So now we're out here to kind of give him an assessment or recommendations for those fixes. Okay, so I just met with the client, gave me a brief download of what the issue is or what he's experiencing. Essentially what's going on is all the saturation and the moisture from the hillside is dumping on the other side of this retaining wall, which you see here, and then going in underneath the foundation. There's also a lot of cracks on the existing hardscape that you see here. A little bit of differential settlement, meaning, you know, it's lifting or creating a lip in certain sections, which is also a tripping hazard. So essentially what he's going to do is he's going to have somebody remove all the concrete, which makes it a little easier for us. And we're going to come in, and he wants a French drain or perforated pipe below the footing, and then a new area drain system here that takes all the water out to the street or to the driveway area. Okay, so heading on to our last appointment. For this one, I believe the client called about wood rot and some sort of framing issues for a deck and a stairway. This client already exposed the stucco to expose the stairway framing, which is ideal. If you look at the corner here, you see how that looks spongy and almost I can probably put my finger through that. That's what you don't want, especially if you're kind of holding up a section of the handrail there. But very common for these stairways to kind of trap moisture whenever the waterproofing or the You see this crack? When you get cracked in the waterproofing or the hardscape system on top, or even where you're standing, you get a lot of moisture that gets into the framing below and then it gets trapped. All right, so that concludes the day in the life of. Hopefully you were able to learn a thing or two and you had a little bit of fun riding along with me. Gonna head home, write some of the proposals that we reviewed, and until next time, like and subscribe.